So tonight I watched a movie from a director I'd never heard of. Her name is Julie Davis. And the film's actually written by Dan Bucatinsky, who he's an actor who's done a lot of things, including Web Therapy, which is with Lisa Kudrow, and he also worked on a bunch of other. Well, he's a writer and an actor. Um, he's written a bunch of things. I think Web Therapy is probably his most well-known thing. But he's also in Under the Tuscan Sun, which is one of my favorite movies. So as soon as he started talking, I was like, I know that voice. I love Under the Tuscan Sun. So this is a movie with everybody and their grandmother in it, but the main characters are played by him, Dan Bucatinsky, playing a guy named Eli, and Richard Ruccolo, which I'm not sure if I've seen him in anything before, but he really looks familiar. He's in a bunch of stuff, but always not the star. So, he's in an episode of The X-Files. That's funny. I'll get to that in a second. Why that's funny. So, anyways, those are the two main characters, but the main supporting cast is Sasha Alexander, which you'll probably know from Rosalie and Isles, and Adam Goldberg, which you should know from everything because he's amazing. And then everybody and their grandmother's in it. So there's Andrea Martin, Joanna Kearns, Christina Ricci, Doris Roberts, and Lisa Kudrow. All these women just in little pieces. It's fantastic. So the main plot is that Sasha Alexander meets Adam Goldberg's character at where he works at this furniture store, and they're hitting on each other, but she thinks he's gay because he knows the color buttercup. This is literally the only part of the movie that's sort of stereotyped. But in their conversation, instead of asking each other out, they decide to set up each other's gay best friend, played by Dan Bucatinsky and Richard Ruccolo. So the whole rest of the story is of the two of them meeting through this blind date, and it's terrible, but then slowly but surely falling in love because it's a romantic comedy, except that it's told in the background, it's told as a flashbacks, which is sort of strange. They didn't really need that structure. Flashbacks and then the end is present. But I thought it was good, and they have discussion of In and Out, and how one of the guys thought it was a good film, and the other guy has this great diatribe about why it's a horrible stereotyped film, and no one should believe it, and all kinds of things like that. But mostly, it's just two people from fucked up backgrounds trying to make it work, and because of each other's issues, not having a good time at it or an easy time at it. I kind of I love romantic comedies, so I thought this was just basically a really good romantic comedy. It's on Netflix. Unfortunately, it's in the wrong aspect ratio on Netflix. It's full frame, which sucks. But it's one of those cases where at least it's available. And okay, so a couple things. So the X-Files. The one guy's an X-Files nerd, and so the X-Files keeps popping up throughout it. It's this beautiful time capsule of the late 90s. Also, so it was released in 2001, but it was clearly shot in 99 or early 2000. There's slip dresses. There's smoking in bars. There's the use of payphones because cell phones don't work. It's shitty. The shitty days of shitty cell phone coverage. Really shitty, not the shitty we bitch about now. X-Files. What was the other thing? There's a song sung by Adam Levine, but from when he was billed as Kara's Flowers. Amazing. What else was I going to say? Oh, something. Oh my god. There was something else that was just so dial-up internet and shitty Angel Fire websites. And it was just a time capsule movie, guys. I love the late 90s. That's really when I was on the internet. I'm on the internet now, but when I started getting on the internet. 98, 99. Oh yeah. Um, we had such shitty dial-up. I don't know. I just thought this was a delightful movie. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say about it. Oh, and there's a scene shot at the Arrow Theater here in Santa Monica, and the poster, one of the posters in the background is Pedro Almodovar's All About My Mother, and then one of the other posters is The Opposite of Sex, which I believe is a Christina Ricci movie. Yeah, so like layers and layers of things going on. She's from Santa Monica. Oh, I didn't know that. Opposite of Sex was 1998. So, and also has Lisa Kudrow in it. Interesting. Everything's connected, guys. I feel like the person who produced this movie has been in like a million things. Let's see here. Well, the guy who directed The Opposite of Sex is a writer on Web Therapy. And so that's how that's connected. They must be friends. And then, but the guy who produced this movie, I feel like I've seen the one I watched. Oh, I don't know if I said the name. It's called All Over the Guy. All Over the Guy. Oh, there's like they watched Gone with the Wind at one point. Always good when a movie has Gone with the Wind in it. Let's see here. Okay, so it's yeah, the executive producer is the guy who wrote and directed The Opposite of Sex. So see, everything's connected. Everybody knows everybody. And the other producer, Susan Dietz. This is like the only thing she said. I feel like I've seen her name somewhere before. I'm gonna have to investigate deeper. Yeah. Everybody in Hollywood is friends with everybody else, or they're enemies, but friends work together. That's what I've learned. This was a good movie. It's on Netflix. You should watch it. I quite enjoyed it. It really kind of made me want to rewatch 2 Days in Paris, though, because I really love Adam Goldberg. And he was not naked enough, whereas in 2 Days in Paris he's like completely naked. So naked dude covered in tattoos, like every day. No. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to doing other things now. But you should watch this movie. They just added it to Netflix. It's from 2001. It's directed by Julie Davis. All over that guy. I'm just saying it totally wrong. Yeah, it was just a really fun romantic comedy.